Just over 980 guests from 172 countries are in the island for the first UNCTAD Global Supply Chain Forum. Barbados' Prime Minister Mottley has described the response as overwhelming. She shared her vision for improving trade here in the region. It involves developing the Bridgetown port to allow Barbados to become a trade hub for the South Caribbean.
It is the government's policy to be able to ensure that we beef up all of our logistics capacity and to be able to expand the Bridgetown port over the course of the next decade in order to give the countries of this hemisphere other opportunities in the event of the destruction that can be wrought within less than 24 hours of the infrastructure of our island states. We know that traditionally many go north, Jamaica and Bahamas and Miami, but that is sometimes the epicenter of the hurricane track, as we have come to learn, regrettably. That means, therefore, having the investment in resilience that you, Rebecca, have been speaking about, and that will allow us to work with other partners, be it Panama and others, to ensure that this region is not cut off from the multiple modes of production which more and more are to the east of the Americas.
The event is being held amid concerns about the movement of goods given recent developments in the Red Sea and the Panama Canal. UNCTAD Secretary General Rebecca Grynspan has underscored the importance of the talks.
By February this year, traffic in the Red Sea and the Panama Canal was cut by half. I have just visited the Panama Canal, precisely to see with my own eyes what was happening. And they are really doing a great job in trying to take away the restriction and face the challenge. But you can see how climate change is really affecting the main roads of the world.
And Ms. Grynspan has made a case for a new approach to globalization.
These disruptions also meant that ships spend more days at sea, emitting 70% more greenhouse gases. But more fundamentally, they meant that our interconnected world became less reliable and far less certain. So, Your Excellencies, a greater, more fair, more sustainable, more inclusive story of globalization must start in the supply chains that we build to tell it.
There has also been a call for multilateralism to be embraced across the global landscape, given the rise of protectionism.
Last year, trade volume fell more than 1%. Compare that to the average growth rate of 2.5% since 2010. Meanwhile, we're witnessing a staggering surge in trade restrictions, with approximately 3,000 measures imposed, and that is almost 3 times the level since 2019. We're seeing geopolitical tensions that are fragmenting global trade. Since the war in Ukraine began, trade between rival blocs has lagged, growing up to 6% slower than trade between blocs themselves.
Discussions continue at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre tomorrow at 9 a.m. Rianne Phillips, CBC News.